Hi everyone. So I had some pretty big epiphanies today, and I wanted to come on here and share them with you. Some life lessons that are rolling through. So today I met up with two of my girlfriends that I've known for at least 10 years, if not more, back in university days. And it was really beautiful to meet up with them. And we haven't seen each other in, it could have been a year. And it was really nice to almost have like a mini reunion and check in with each other and see where we're at. And it was really amazing to just see three beautiful 30 something year old women who are all really happy and healthy and doing great things in the world and taking care of themselves in the best way that they know how. And it just got me feeling really inspired. And I wanted to share some of the things that came to mind after meeting with them. So, um, one of the biggest things that I realized, and this is one of my biggest fears and a little vulnerable for me to share, but I'm going to go do it because I don't think I'm alone in this, is that I think upon reflection, as some of you who are close to me know, my mom recently passed away in August. And this has obviously been one of the biggest life changing things that'll ever happen to me. And it's, of course, brought upon a lot of reflection among many things. And of course, it brings to your face and to the forefront your mortality and some fears. And I'm having to face that, my own mortality. And I realize that I am afraid of dying, not having made a big enough impact on the world. And this is always a fear I've known I've had. Of course, is having its spotlight is being shine on it right now, but shone on it. But um, I just kind of realized that as I was walking around the house, like, wow, that's my fear. If you want to ask me what's my biggest fear, my fear is I'm afraid of dying, not having made a big enough impact on the world. I'm afraid that after I'm gone, people are going to look around and be like, well, she was okay. Or, well, she did some stuff, but, you know, wasn't that big. And that's for me to hold, and that's for me to work through. And I think another voice popped into my head and then asked me another question. It said, well, what does big enough impact mean? And how, and then the next question was, how can this fear perhaps be something that drives me to do good things while not totally self destructing? So it had me, of course, reflecting on death and on the people who came before me, my parents, my mom and dad. And my mom and dad were beautiful people who touched the lives of many through various fields, through the education sector, the education system, environmental stewardship, land stewardship, counseling and therapy, outdoor education, relationships that they maintained and managed throughout the years of their lives, through celebration, through family, through community gatherings, the list goes on. And people remembered them for these seemingly what we might think of as simple things, things we take for granted every day: our family, our friends, our quality of life. How are we living our life? How are we waking up every day? How are we breathing? How are we taking care of ourselves? How do we look? How do we present ourselves? And people remember them for how they spoke to them maybe one time, or a story they told them one time, or a joke they told them. They remember them for how they smiled and how they laughed. They remembered them for their perception of the world. And they also remembered them for the big things, for their community involvement, for the kind of salesperson they were, the kind of work ethic they had, the projects they spearheaded, um, the work that they did. And so it made me realize that impact comes in small and big sizes. So back to me. So, of course, I'm here with this fear that I won't have a big enough impact before I die. And my fear cripples me sometimes. It cripples me to the point where my big dreams are always on my mind. They're always at the forefront and sometimes at the back of my mind. And to the point where I get so obsessed and so worried that I won't actually achieve my big dream and my big vision that I can't even bring them into fruition. And I'm sure many people have faced this at some point in their life. And so I'm really inspired by, she's a speaker, her name, and a coach. Her name's Mel Robbins. And if anyone knows who that is, she's amazing. I follow her on Instagram and she's awesome. And one of the things she said, and I'm paraphrasing, is what if we just let go of our big dreams? We're so fucking obsessed with our big fucking dreams. Excuse my language. We're really focused as a society on, especially North American society, on macro, the macro picture. But fuck the big dream and start small. Let's start focusing on the micro, start practical. You know, I have a lot of ideas for different creative projects and I just don't do them because I'm afraid that I'll fail. And I'm afraid that they won't look the way I want to look or I'll let someone down. But what if I just started on the small thing and did the research to see if it was actually the thing I want to do? Reach out to the friend or reach out to the organization you want to connect with. Do the little nitty gritty research. Start small and do one little thing every day. And we might find out that what it is that we want to do actually might steer us into something else completely. And we thought what we wanted isn't actually what we wanted. And we want an entirely new direction in life. We also might find that people in the end will remember us for just reaching out. People after you die, they might not remember, even if you didn't get that project done. No one cares. People remember, hey, wow, Claire reached out to me because she cared. I remember her being a caring person who tried and made the effort to care. And how special is that? We take for granted caring and being a caring person. Oh yeah, that's a good thing. I should try to do that. No, that is the essence of kindness, of like why we're here on this planet. And yeah, we can have a big event. There's a big fancy event or workshop or project or program that we've envisioned, and there is impact in that. But there's also impact in the little things. And so it just makes me realize that impact is a smaller idea, yet it has a much bigger ripple effect than we think. And I just wanted to share that as hopefully a way to motivate and help anyone out there who's crippled by their dreams. Ironically, you'd think that the dream would be the thing that would, anchor us or motivate us to move forward. And it can be actually the very thing that we really struggle with because, like I said, some of us are just so obsessed with this vision. And it's not bad to have visions. It's not bad to have that. Those are the seeds. Someone once told me that's the seed that plants everything, right? But how far are we going to go that we get so entangled in it that we can't see past it? And we can't realize that we got to get out of here and get into our feet and be here on the earth and live our lives and realize that we're here to just live our lives as human earthly beings who are here to have good relationships and maintain those relationships and good friendships and make people laugh and make people feel better and to connect and tell stories. And that's really what life is about. And I know a lot of you have reached out and said, oh my God, I can't believe you've lost both of your parents now. And you're so young. And yeah, don't get me wrong. I have my days when I'm totally devastated and I have a very heavy heart. And I can't believe that I won't have any more future memories, that they'll never meet my kids, at least not in this, what I believe, earthly form. They'll meet them somewhere else. They'll be angels and be spirit guides for me. But then other days, I thank the heavens for not having parents, because it is something that has given me the gift of perceiving my life in a whole new way and seeing life for what it truly is. And for giving me a new understanding of independence and helping me to just be with myself more. That's all that death really teaches you, especially of close loved ones, is how to be with yourself even better. At least that's what it's been teaching me, because you're just forced inwards. You got to point, as Trevor Hall says, you got to point your arrows in, and some people don't do that after someone dies. Sometimes we just keep going and keep struggling and struggling and struggling, and life gets harder for us and harder, and there's more suffering, and we don't understand, and we all do it, right? Like I'm the victim and I've lost everything, and of course, like, that happens for sure to me, but like at the end of the day, it's about like grabbing life and saying, okay, what is this going to teach me? What am I going to learn from these experiences? That's all I'm left with, is like, what life lessons am I here to take on? So I could rant a lot more, but this is for anyone experiencing any of these things. And I'd love to hear what you think. I'd love to know your feedback. And yeah, I hope everyone's had a really, really beautiful day. And I love you all. Thank you.